Welcome back. Welcome back to the Virgo Channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. This will help you understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. It's very important when you're dealing with a person that wears masks, creates illusions. All right. We always want to know why they're doing what they're doing so that we can navigate what we're going to do better. See, a lot of times when we don't know what we're dealing with, we get triggered. And then it's how we react is our karma, unfortunately. So a lot of times you'll deal with someone that's karmic that does a lot of like crappy things, and then you'll be the one that winds up feeling bad because they're gaslighting or but there's always an underlining reason, which when you understand what that reason is very easy then to take the focus off of any of you and put the energy back on that person. You just see it from a different perception. And seeing your situation from the highest level of consciousness, which is just filtered through the lens of unconditional love, it's healing. You're able to not just transmute your spiritual blocks, you're able to actually be the example for the person that needs healing. Many times that's the way that it works. That's what karma is. It's not all the time do you walk away with horrible karmic consequences. Sometimes a person comes into our lives to just show us a different way to live, a different way to be. So it's not all the time negative. We associate karma with bad, but it's really learned. The past karmic mates, however, are always bringing lessons that we haven't learned. So in each lifetime, the karmic consequences just get worse. All right. Now, anything of any importance or relevancy channel you can find in the description box, including the word of the video. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. It's the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. Very important when a person wears a mask and creates facades. We want to know why they do what they do. But let's see why they do what they do. Card out is, oh, well, I have to take both. I have to take both because there's no mistakes. Exquisiteness and reactive. But I wanted to pull one from the other deck, so I'm going to. Abandonment. Well, I'm feeling like you're someone that's very different. You're someone that's very unique. And you're dealing with somebody that's not healed. And I say that because reactive is a lot of times we react as a response, obviously, just when we get triggered. It bypasses that whole logical analytical mind, and we're reacting from a past trauma. And I feel like this person didn't really, they saw your uniqueness as something that was bad. They saw it as, again, you're almost confident in the fact that you're different. Triggers this person because they're not a confident in themselves. Understand, it takes confidence to be different. It takes confidence to not be ordinary, and you're not. And I feel like you're someone that came in to like into work or into like moved into town or met this person, came into this person's life somehow, and you like awakened a whole other way of being. But instead of this person saying, wow, that's great in the beginning, they were triggered by it, almost like if you're a woman, it's like, who are you to have like this big energy? Who are you to think who you are. Like, what are you trying to do? What do you like? They got very triggered, almost like, again, where the person was like chauvinistic. And if you were a guy, it was like, know your role. Like, you should just go and, do work a regular job. Why do you have to stand out? Oh, you're always trying to get attention. Like, again, seeing it more as a negative thing because they didn't understand. And now they're seeing it as something different. However, this person abandoned you. They abandoned you because, again, you didn't just like mold to what they wanted you to be. You were too big for them, had too big of a persona for them, and it made them feel intimidated. This is the underlining energy, and I feel like nothing has transpired. If this is what I'm getting, this is what has happened. So again, what I'm seeing is that the person reacted, they owe you an apology because they abandoned you. And I don't really feel that they perceive you the same way anymore. They don't see it as a negative thing anymore. They see you as intimidating, however. So this is the energy, but let's see what this person did, like your triggers really. And that's mainly for your healing, not even to see what did they do, but it's how it made you feel because your emotions are the gateway to your healing. Okay, avoidance. So I feel like this person just didn't give you the time. I feel like you tried to talk to them about, giving you time or trying to have a conversation with them to like build that emotional connection, that intimacy, which is built on trust. This person wouldn't give you the time, is all that I'm feeling. And it's like they wanted to stay attached to you, but they didn't want to give you anything, which is weird. It's again, and you just saw it as like it was a psychological and emotional abuse. Like you're not giving me anything, but you're holding on to me. And I don't really understand what that is. It's like all I know is that I'm always alone. It's like almost like you felt like you were being punished because you were different, is what I'm feeling. And then I just also feel like this person, they just like to dominate, but they dominated in a way that was very passive aggressive, like by not giving you time, by not making you feel is again they would dominate you. You just felt like you had no sense of control over the choices when you were with this person. It was almost like my way or the highway. That's the way that they dealt with you. And if you had an issue with them, they avoided. They didn't really value you. They wanted to stay connected, hey, because there was a connection, but they didn't really want to give you anything. So again, it was abuse because not letting you move forward, not wanting you to move forward, breadcrumbing you, giving you just enough but never giving you enough. And then when you want to talk about, hey, this is how I feel, they're going to avoid. So you're like, you're dominating the entire connection, but you're not even in a real connection with me. It's like a lot of games, like you said, you just felt alone that was sticking out. So we're going to take it. And there's nothing worse than being in a relationship but being alone. And this person had a lot of other people, and they again didn't really ever want to be in a relationship. It was just one big struggle. So they didn't see your exquisiteness as something that was positive. They saw it as something different, but it also, I believe, triggered this person, made them feel like a lack, made them feel small, because again, you have to be different in order to be exquisite. You have to, again, be bold enough to not mind that you don't fit in. You have to think differently. You have to be a creative. This person didn't get it. They tend to live safe and not very fulfilled, obviously, which is why they need many flames. And what I feel like is you don't need many people. You're someone that can fill your own cup up. And the irony, and I'm feeling this, is that this person normally has they normally have commitment issues, but they can see themselves being with you because you don't care whether you're with this person or not. You said this person knows how they made you feel. Again, because you use your voice. You're not somebody that's not going to count we're down. And all you really wanted was forgiveness from this person, for them to forgive for, again, being reactive and being reactive again as in triggered, because here it is, you're in this big energy of being different. So you may be an artist, maybe a creative. Again, you may be an actress. You may be an influencer. You don't do a normal job. You're different. You're out in the public eye. You're seen as exquisite. So people that are exquisite don't hide. They can't help but to be noticed. And the fact that you get attention and this person feels so small about themselves and they're not getting attention, that's going to be triggering for them. So again, here it is. You're just being you, and this person is getting triggered by it because it's making them feel so small. And they were reactive. And they were reactive because they were coming from their wounded place. And instead of apologizing, this person just, again, they left. They abandoned you. And instead what they do is, I feel like this person, some of them actually like don't just abuse like alcohol or drugs, but they actually abuse food as a way of avoidance. Why does the person avoid? They avoid because they feel that they're not good enough, they're embarrassed, they're ashamed. This person didn't want to have to come back and apologize. They feel like apologizing makes them weak, makes them vulnerable. So I feel like this person was waiting, because they want to be seen as perfect. They want to be seen as something that is not a real person, because there's no such thing as perfect. But what's underlining is this person's angry, and they're angry because, again, I feel like they're wounded. People that are reactive, that you're here it is, you are just being you, and that triggers that person. Well, we know that they need healing, and we also know that, again, forgiveness would be very difficult for this person because they're in their ego. They're in their ego because they're in a place of lack. They're full of anger because there's only two energies, love and fear. But that fear, when it stays for long periods of time, and that's what happens when you don't create yourself, that energy just stays inside and it permeates. So anyone that's going to be different, anyone that's going to be, this person's going to look at everybody else and see how everyone else reacts to them. And then they may follow the crowd. Again, if it's so different and outlandish, they don't like it because, again, it makes them look at their ordinary self. But we're not here to be ordinary. We're here to be unique. We're here to express our unique individuality. We're all different. I need a sip of my drink. Allergy medicine will make you dehydrated. Okay. And then there's, again, look, impulsiveness, which goes right along with the reactive. These are both trauma responses right here from unhealed trauma. Reactive bypasses that whole logical analytical mind, and impulsive, the person reacts from their emotions. And so anything that, is going to pop out at this person when they're in a negative like place, which would be, again, they reacted, they abandoned you, they're not happy by what they did, but instead of apologizing, They're mad because you should just forget it. And because you're not, what are they doing? Well, being impulsive is acting from your emotions. So they're in their addictions, they're in their just reaction to trying to make themselves feel better, taking risks, risky behavior, and that's what I felt. I felt like drinking too much, like partying too much, hooking up with random people, sex. Again, and what we see here is that dominant energy. It's a real lustful, and it's again here for a good time, not a long time. So this is what's happening. This person's like ego is so big, and you not being affected, you having this bright energy, different energy, this exquisite energy, which, by the way, that they were not liking in the beginning because it triggered them. Now, again, they see it, I believe, from a different perspective, or not even from a different perspective, is that everybody else is viewing you in this. You're getting a lot of attention. This person, again, is like, getting nervous. You're getting a lot of attention. Remember, they didn't want to let you go. They were hooked onto your energy. They just didn't want to give you anything. Now all of a sudden you're getting attention. They know what you're deserving of. They see how other people are reacting to you. Hey, you're different. You're not an ordinary person. There's no one else like you out there. It's like they know that. But they, again, what the way that they saw it was something that was more of a negative thing, or might have not even seen it as a negative thing. They reacted to you as, again, like, who are you to be this big person? Almost like that's what I want to do. Like almost a little bit in competition, a little bit like of envy, which when a person's wounded, and they don't know who they are. And here it is, you're just marching to your own tune and you're getting a lot of attention. Again, this person's not on your vibration. You're vibrating out of a vibration of unconditional love. This person like does feels empty. They want that. And because they don't have that, they don't know how to fill their own cup up. So again, they go and they're with a lot of other people so that those people feed their ego. They're not giving anybody anything. They have many flames. So if you have many flames, how much energy are you giving to any one person? You're not. It's surface. It's all about passion. That's it. You were not doing that. And because you weren't crouching down and lower dimming your light and becoming subservient, and letting this person dominate you, though they tried, but again, if their way or the highway and you weren't going for that, because that didn't work, this person like went out and they went on a binge with having many flames, giving their energy to everybody and everything, not giving to you, being very indulgent. I'm seeing again almost to the point like where they have an eating disorder, um, using food as a way to suppress. They're in a place where they're jealous because it's like, oh, look at all the attention. It's triggering their inner child wounds. It's making this person feel like, again, intimidated. And so they don't want to feel intimidated. So what do? They avoid, and they avoid through their addictions. So you're dealing with somebody that just, again, it's like you're not on their vibration. They admire who you are. They love everything about who you are, but they can't handle it because they don't know who they are. It would take someone to have a strong personality that could be with someone that's exquisite. I mean, think of someone that's an artist, an extravagant artist that puts on beautiful art shows that really gets noticed, or a musician or an actor or a public figure doing anything that is, again, the way that they do it, their flair, their gift to style. It means they poured a lot of time and energy into their craft, into becoming themselves. And in that, their inside is so rich and so fulfilled, they know how to fill their own cup up. The fact that you don't need this person is triggering. This person sees it as arrogant, when meanwhile, they're the ones that will act arrogant because they feel a lack. They feel, again, you triggered that, but not because you're doing anything wrong. So you may say, well, why would I get that? Well, Spirit will always say, no one can take what's yours. You can let someone take what's yours by letting them emotionally like affect your happiness, like by like again, so this person can't do anything. It could be a test, like I said, but we'll see. There's many reasons why that spirit would bring a person like this into our life to test us. And also to teach this person of another way of living. Of hey, like look at the way that you're living. So ordinary, so bland, you're not fulfilled. You need to hook up with random people and party to the point that yeah, there's addictions there. I mean, you're avoiding life. Someone that's exquisite is not avoiding life. They're out there. This person wants that attention. They don't know how to do it. They don't have anything that they've created to actually be exquisite. Why? Because they're wasting their time with their addictions and random flames, having many flames. You have a lot of people there. So you're giving nobody any real attention. No, not real attention, because no one's going to be with someone that's with 50 other people. Maybe some people might be with this person, but not everybody is going to go for that. So they're lying, it means. So they're wasting their time. They're not building authentic relationships. They're not creating, they're wasting their time. So, of course, here it is. They're triggered because they're seeing you do it. They're seeing again, and that's making them again feel a lack of limitation. So they will want to stay connected to you almost as like a way to like siphon your energy. And you're like, again, this person's jealous. And the worst thing is to have somebody that's like a soul mate, karmic mate, where there's again this knowledge, this wisdom of somebody that is jealous. It means they're disassociated from their emotion, with you. It makes them feel powerless and it keeps you and this person in a place of disequilibrium, but they're in this place of disequilibrium all the time. And they're going to do it to you because, again, they're going to do it through being disrespectful by trying to, again, make you feel less than. Instead of making you feel, again, comforted and loving you and making you feel special because you're so different, because, again, you're somebody that's like a diamond, and this person is seeing other people treating you like that now. So, of course, they're triggered because, again, they disrespected you. I believe that this person's a narcissist. And they're a narcissist because they're empty inside. They, again, to be with you, they would put you on a pedestal, but then they would drain your energy again by neglecting you. But really, they self-neglected themselves. So I feel like they're in a place of obsession now. This devil energy, what's the card behind it? Again, and they're, again, because they're resentful. And they're resentful because you're not interested anymore in this person. It's like it's like, you're not going to dim your light to be with someone, and you're also not going to be with someone that gives you a hard time, so that you are not focused on your exquisiteness, whatever you're doing that's making you exquisite. It's like, you're not going to say, well, I'm going to give my time and energy to someone that's making me feel bad, that's draining my energy. that wants me to dim my light. No, I'm going to be in my light. I'm going to be in my energy. I'm going to do that. So again, this person sees that they can't control you. They see all these other people giving attention. It's triggering them. So of course this person like is going to try to change their strategy now. But for a long time, they were using time and avoidance as scare tactics. So again, hopefully that you would again lower your boundaries. That's not what's happening. Does not happen. This person is generally lazy. And the problem is that it's all about their self-image. Again, what it looks like, which is why they can't forgive, which is why they have a problem with compassion. It's just easier if you would conform due to their trauma. So again, it's all about their manipulation because again, it's a place of fear. And at all of this, it's this person's spiritual blocks that they really need to heal because it wouldn't be good because they would be jealous of what you're doing. Your light is too big. You're again getting too much attention. They would almost want to be you. It's like because they don't know how to actually emotionally give to you. And it's not like they're not attracted to you, but the love is so fragmented that it's like they have passion, but it's again the passion without giving you the emotional connection is a toxic relationship. It's after a while it would be what what you're doing for them. Because remember, relationships don't stay passionate forever. The glue is the friendship. The glue is the intimacy that you created, which was the trust that happened from both parties pouring into each other. This person didn't do that. No, they see everything who you are now. But hey, it's different. You're getting a lot of attention. They always knew that you would. They didn't want to do that because they, again, they didn't really like what that looked like. It was triggering for them. They were all up in their drama. So it's like, yeah, a person can change their mind. I'm not saying that they can't, but this person wants to not apologize for how they were. Just pretend that, oh, well, that didn't happen. And it's like, that's not happening. And because, you're not going to make it easy, you're going to, again, hold their feet to the fire. They're in avoidance. So it's, again, what we see is that what they care about most is, again, their self-image. So again, we ask why you attracted this person into your life. Again, you're a mirror of whom, what comes into your life. And that does not mean that you're this person. It means it's mirroring out what needs to be healed. And first card out from the inner child wounds is wonder, which I love that card, by the way. Abuse is the second card out. Don't like that card. Overwhelmed, vulnerability, confusion, and gifts. Well, you know, these are your inner child wounds. And so when we see abuse, obviously it's very overwhelming for a child. Okay, abuse could be emotional and psychological, and I'm feeling again that definitely emotional because you weren't allowed to be vulnerable. Vulnerable is when we can be vulnerable, that's what builds trust. Again, when you are abused psychologically and emotionally, well, again, that's you're going to be overwhelmed as a child, and you're going to be that way because you can't. Who are you going to go to talk about your problems? You're not going to be able to. Or if you have a concern, you don't have the support. So you have to figure it out for yourself. And it's very overwhelming and it's very confusing. And the problem is that put you in a place of survival all the time. And so when we're in a place of survival all the time, we're not seeing the wonders of the world and the wonders within us. It's like we don't dream, that means. What's the wonder? Wonder is like life. It's like, what do you want your life to be when you grow up? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to travel to? It's again, you weren't in that. children, when they grow up, they say, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a policewoman. I want to be whatever they dream. They might change that from time to time. However, the ones that really manifest later on in life, they don't, by the way. They usually have a dream and they stick to it. And we see the ones that did that. They're the ones that become the pianist or the gymnast that plays in the Olympics or the singer that's up on stage or, again, some artist that has made these beautiful paintings. Again, they're prodigies. They start in their childhood. And again, because children wonder, they're in their imagination. That's what you do when you wonder. You're wondering what life will be. This is a beautiful card. Look at her. She's like, again, holding it hard. It's like a wish. I wonder what this would be like. It's again, you were not in that energy. You were in survival mode. You were overwhelmed to the point that it created disassociation, which is detachment, which is where we, again, when we experience this type of trauma, it's where we again have our psychic abilities. So the child that survives thrives because children cannot stay in a place of abuse psychologically, emotionally. They don't feel safe. They're in a place of survival. We can't stay in that place for long periods of time. You check out. It's like we are not made to be able to. So I feel like you have gifts from living in that environment. Everyone came to visit me and all my animals. Hold on a second. And we pull three from this deck, which is positive voice. Use your voice to express yourself fiercely. Speak with courage. That's card number one. Card number two, rise above. See beyond your immediate fears to get more insight. Elevate your perception. And infinite possibilities, boundless opportunities arise when you release fear. So, Spirit says this situation did not just help you actually go back into a situation that triggered a lot of the same emotions, but it was to help you integrate certain spiritual lessons, and that was it was all about seeing your gifts that came from growing up in this type of environment. Unfortunately, well, I should say fortunately, for every bad situation that you live through, there are gifts, there are lessons that you get that are positive. So Spirit's saying it's again, even though you grew up in that type of abuse, you have strong psychic abilities. And with those psychic abilities, you're able to really to have infinite possibilities, like boundless opportunities, because you can imagine them. Again, the child that survives thrives. How did the child survive? Well, through the imagination, through that psychic realm, through detachment, which again means that they don't have one feeling one way or the other about it. They're just in this kind of numb space. So when you're in the place of least resistance and able to manifest through the imagination, we can see why, like I said, you would rise above and you would rise above to seeing a whole different perception of the situation that you went through. That you would actually see that again, dealing with a person like this person, that they're wounded, that it's another form of abuse. So yes, you were brought back into a place where you were abused, made to feel as if that there was something wrong with you, even there wasn't anything wrong with you, that there's infinite possibilities that are going to happen for you when you begin to look at yourself differently. You were made to feel as if your uniqueness was something bad, was probably made to conform. Hey, don't be an artist. Hey, who's to say you should be an actress or an actor? No one makes it. Again, being influenced by whatever it was that was your exquisiteness to again dim your light. And it was from someone that you loved. And because you didn't do it, there was a sense of abuse. But Spirit's saying it's that you always had those gifts. Yeah, but understand it's the fact of that trauma that gives you that manifestation power. And Spirit says this also was about speaking with courage. Is like to set boundaries, regardless of whether a person likes it or not. Understand also that God created the world with its voice. You too can create your world with your voice, is what Spirit's saying. Spirit says, because God made you in its image, you have its gifts because you have spirit inside of you, which is what gives you infinite possibilities as long as you are living your exquisiteness, that you again are, unique and beating to your own drum and really are authentic and are giving and receiving of love. Well, you're going to manifest. You're going to get noticed. Opportunities are going to come, and that's what this person is like now seeing. And so I feel like it's part of this person's karma to see that they missed the boat, because they're not really strong enough we don't really see them doing like coming back in a correct way. We don't even know if they're going to come back. Let's see what they plan on doing. Not that I think you should take this person back. I don't think that they're healed, but we always want to know anyway what's on their mind. Again, I feel like they're working up the courage to contact you. That's what's happening right now. However, again, remember I told you that I felt that bipolar energy. Again, there's a little bit of this mental health issue, and I believe it's because this person is really being triggered by who you are, the attention. They didn't really want to reach out to you. They kind of wanted you to like come to them. So it's this sense of now I left and now I have to come back and their ego. So they're feeling like a lot of these different energies, but what's fueling again is the passion and the desire, which what I said is that the passion, like how I started anyway, was that the passion was in a low vibrational energy, which is all about the physical connection. So will this person think that they want a new beginning with you? Yes. Like, and I said that in the beginning, but it's because of the passion. I only say that because look, they want and they will eventually want that new beginning with you, but look why. It's the fact of that they're afraid of losing you now because they're getting a lot of it, you're getting a lot of attention. But they're battling inner demons because again, because you inspire them in so many ways and they have feelings, but it's also because they are not on that vibration that you are on. So it's inspiring them to hopefully step into like their divine energy, but understand what's fueling them because they're on a low vibration is that they're afraid that you're gonna go be with somebody else because you're getting attention, because you're getting noticed, because you're exquisite. Again, they didn't like that in the beginning, but not even for the right reasons. It was because like I said, almost like they wanted you to dim down your light to become subservient. Like it was very like weird old fashion energy there. And I'm not saying that it was a guy, but it just like, or male energy. But what I'm saying it's just that, when we're talking about energies, I'm talking about that imbalanced male energy when like there's ego and I expect you to be like subservient to me and, dim your light and I don't really like this because again, it's weird in the beginning. It's like I don't really understand it, but they're not taking the time to understand it. They're looking at everything through like through surface, which is all that they wanted to give to you in the beginning. So they're the ones that created this. So again, know that they're going to come back. I don't think you should take this person back, and I don't feel like most of you will take this person back. Um, no, you're in a place of healing from them, to be honest with you. You're recovering from the trauma and you're releasing. And right now, Spirit closes off with acceptance. Like, yes, like sometimes we have to go through experiences that are negative experience where Spirit's saying, accept every step that life presents to you without resistance. Don't resist it. Understand you want to resist this situation because, again, it was triggering. But try to find out what the universe is trying to teach you so that you can grow. It's all about, again, helping you to revolve back into the energy of unconditional love. And you would be saying by like, why? And Spirit says, to because it allows you to see yourself differently. It allows you to go back in time to that original situation that happened, which is that karmic theme of, hey, you're different. I don't like the fact that you're different. I see whatever your differences are as negative, and I want you to be someone else. And then here it is being presented with it again, but now seeing it through very positive perception because of disconnecting from this person and not dimming your light opportunities. So what happens once you get opportunities, then all the people that thought that you were weird and were rejecting you and thought that there was something wrong, now they all want to be in your energy. And Spirit says, so, which can be triggering also, where Spirit says, it's to forgive and to accept that that again, this was about being able to see yourself differently, seeing the situation differently, to build inner strength, and that nothing, allow nothing to move you from your path to the light because you have complete confidence in yourself. Realize that innate qualities and your own abilities, and know that with God, you can do anything. All the power you need is within yourself. And Spirit saying, this was about you realizing how strong you are, not just how different and unique and how much you contribute to the world and what a great person you are, but how strong you are. And it was to build even more strength. Because again, having to go up against someone that's supposed to show you love and caring, and instead they're making you feel bad and trying to make you again dim your light. And Spirit says, no, this was about you again holding firm. So that doesn't matter that you have the connection with this person and there was passion and but you, of course, there was part of you that would want to have been with this person, but you chose you. And Spirit says, and because you chose you, you're going to have blessings. That's what Spirit's saying. So, yes, this person won't be in your life because, again, they didn't, you're in a place of healing and you're not going to jeopardize them contaminating your energy again. But you get to see the situation completely different where this person actually comes back and apologizes and they're going to see your worth and other people are, and that's what it's about a lot of times where Spirit says this is why it's very important to always be present, because a lot of times we are presented with the same exact spiritual situation, which it would be so easy to just react because again we get triggered and recreate the same undesirable life experience. This is not what happened. You did not let this person emotionally disrupt you. And you didn't just surrender your energy, you stayed on your path. And that's why, in the end of the day, if you would have become subservient to what this person wanted, they would have never wanted to stay with you either, because that's a spiritual test. You would have abandoned yourself. This person abandoned you. But in the end, they wound up abandoning themselves because you're not going to be with them because they neglected you. In neglecting you, they self-neglected themselves. And that is how they are dealing with that's the karma that they have to eat. And they're not going to be happy about it. But again, that's what they get. I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.